Foreman.
Archie Moore was in George Foreman's corner that night. Archie, tell us about the long delay. Was that something planned, perhaps to psych Ali out?
Yes, that was to break Ali's psyche. Ali had held us up for some time, and then after he got into the ring, we decided to counteract that psyche and make him wait a little bit, see how nervous he could get.
You know, you've always been, I followed your career all along as master of psychology. You always had some gimmicks. In this fight, you had a black basket that was driving everybody crazy. What was in that black basket?
Well, there was secrets of longevity and different things that I had garnered from an Australian Aborigine and years ago that I thought that might come in handy for Foreman if he would listen.
So finally, Archie Moore, with his black basket and the rest of the George Foreman contingent, made their way to the ring.
Now here comes the heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman, jogging out. George Foreman decked out in his red robe, coming in with his people. Listen to the ovation that he's getting. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong in this, but it appears that Foreman's getting a little bit more of an ovation.
Although, as we were saying, he came just in time, because I don't know whether you noticed there but at the beginning of Foreman entering, there were a few boos. People were beginning to resent the delay. Now the excitement of the big fight being about to begin is overwhelming that. But he really was timing it very tightly indeed.
Well, there he is, the heavyweight champion of the world in there. Takes a look across the ring at Muhammad Ali. Look at Ali having a look right back.
There is some clear booing. There is a little booing. There is a little booing.
There definitely is. A little bit of booing. George Foreman in his red robe dancing around, casts a little glance across to Muhammad Ali.
While Foreman was 6 years younger than Ali, the challenger had weighed in 3.5 pounds lighter than Foreman, and Ali had the slight reach advantage. And now both sought the psychological edge.
Look at this now as they stare. Muhammad Ali beginning to talk to George Foreman. They're really putting the stare on each other. George Foreman has that serious look. Ali definitely talking to him. Look at the stare on George Foreman. Look at Ali give him the word. So the stage is set. We're just about ready to begin. Round one, the heavyweight championship of the world at stake. There can be no more pure form of sport than a heavyweight championship fight when two individuals, finely tuned athletes, climb into the ring. This time, the championship is at stake, and $5 million will be paid to both fighters. Ali ready, Foreman ready. We're waiting for the opening bell. The enthusiasm begins to mount here. One thing we want to look out for is just how fast this man, George Foreman, will open. As we mentioned, in his past several fights, he hasn't gone in the past 4 years beyond 2 rounds in any fight. Can Ali dance and stay away from him? Is George Foreman's thundering punches going to be too much for him? Is the left hook that is so devastating, the tremendous left hook, going to stop Ali? Here we go, Ali quickly across the round. Round one, Ali bouncing around, shifting left for right. George moves slow. Ali gets the first punch in, a light right hand taken on the forehead by George Foreman, the champion. Foreman moving slow, trying to stalk his man. Ali looks like he's ready to go here. He's not staying away. He's going after his man. Foreman comes in. Foreman a bit cautious in the first round, looking to drop that left hook. Foreman stalks his man to the far corner. There's that left uppercut and jab to the body of Muhammad Ali. Ali tries to hang on to the head of George Foreman. Foreman dances now. Moves Ali with a right hand lead again. As Foreman slightly confused with that right hand lead, which I haven't seen too many times before. Ali certainly dancing, slipping punches, sliding around both ways. Foreman's idea is to back him off into the corner, and when they get tight, to wail away with that vicious hook to the body of Muhammad Ali. Ali lashes out with a light left. A straight right hand. Forehead up close. George Foreman. George Foreman again takes a light left inside as he tries to work to the body of Muhammad Ali. That's Ali on your right. Foreman on the left. A wild left hand thrown by George Foreman. Taken on the side of the head of Ali. The pace is tremendous in round one. George Foreman with his face to you. back, ties his man up, leans on the rope, tells him, whispers in his ear, taunting him. So far, Ali looks pretty impressive in round one. This Foreman throws a light glancing blow, taking it to the head of Ali, but goes over the shoulder of Muhammad Ali. Ali shifts right, bounces left, takes the light left on the side of the head. Wild left hand thrown on the side of the head of Muhammad Ali. Look at the referee, Zach Clayton, having his problems. 1 minute left in round number one. The heavyweight championship between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, live via satellite, direct from Zaire, Africa. That punch did no damage. That one did. Two wild right hands taken on the side of the head of Muhammad Ali. Ali continues to try to tie his man up. Zach Clayton separates him. Wild left hand, vicious hook. There's a real strong right hand just underneath the heart. And Muhammad Ali is taking some punishment now. About 25 seconds left in the round. Ali, face left, goes the straight right hand. That right hand lead has George Foreman slightly confused, but a straight left jab thrown by Foreman has Ali in the corner. Ali dances back, hangs on. What a tremendous pace in round number one. The hook to the body of Muhammad Ali. Zach Clayton, the referee, separates them. About 8 seconds left in the round. Round one, Foreman and Ali, ending round one.
Was there too much headhunting by Foreman in that first round?
Well, there was sufficient headhunting, of course. When you're trying to knock a man down, you want to hit him on the jaw, in the head somewhere. And but I would believe that there was a bit too much headhunting. If you're going to go 15 rounds or 12 rounds or whatever the fight was limited to.
What was the feeling in the corner after that first round? Were you satisfied with what took place?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't but I wasn't in a position to direct him, you see. Dick Sadler was his manager and doing the dictation. And I was only watching and advising Dick. And I advised Dick to tell George to hit Ali with short uppercuts to the body with both hands.
Are you saying that you would have liked to have seen them listen to you a bit more?
Yes, that is what an advisor is for, to give advice.
Right, and you're saying they weren't listening to the advice.
Somebody wasn't listening.
All right. Okay, we'll be back with more with the former light heavyweight champion, the Mongoose, Archie Moore, in a moment.
Operator.
They said this concrete would last for years. Now it has expensive water damage. Why?
Even concrete needs the protection of Thompson's Water Seal. It penetrates to protect wood, brick, and concrete from water damage. Thompson's the first name in lasting protection.
If you shower with soap, this is what you're missing.
Zestfully clean. Zestfully clean.
Soap leaves a sticky film behind, but Zest rinses clean away.
You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean.
You wouldn't do that,
Here we go, round number two to determine Ali. Get off his stool in between rounds. George Foreman sat down all the way. Ali with a back up against the rope. He's talking to Foreman still. Ali tries to tie him up. No real damage done in that exchange at all by either fighter. Round two just underway. That wild left hand that George Foreman throws is trying to get to Ali. I can't see any puffiness over the right eye of George Foreman at this point, although Ali has hit him on the button. Ali is definitely headhunting with his right hand lead. A good right hand taken on the left side of the jaw by Muhammad Ali, and there's those vicious hooks to the midsection of Ali. Ali has a tremendous strength through the midsection. George Foreman is headhunting himself. Ali tries to hang on. The pace not quite what it was in round one. Ali backs up, leans out, takes advantage of the reach. Foreman tries to work the body. Neither one of those punches did any damage. None of those punches are doing any damage at all. None. Absolutely none. There's a light flicking left hand to the face of George Foreman. Foreman pushing the head back of Ali, and Ali hangs on. This hanging on tactic is important for Muhammad Ali, who must take a breather now and then. Left hand, light left, taking on the chin of Ali. That wild left hand is not scoring, not getting through. Left jab right in the button, thrown by Ali. Ali showing his slipping speed as Foreman continues to wail at the body of Muhammad Ali. Another left hand on the right eye of George Foreman, the right eye that was cut in training. Still cannot see if it's puffy at all. George Foreman continues to stalk Ali, tries to get through with a straight left jab, an improved left jab. There's a vicious, awkward, but very powerful hooks. Both hands, left hooks, and what would really be a right cross is a hook for George Foreman. Misses the left hand. Ali inviting him to punch. Shows him the tremendous Ali slipping of punches as he twists the body to the side. Ali backs up and jabs as he backs up. About 45 seconds left in round two. An even fight to this point. The pace is definitely slowed down in round two. Oh, a great left hand. An over and under combination. Left hand and then the right on the jaw. Taken by the champion George Foreman. There's the left hand in the eye of Foreman. Ali scoring some punches here. These punches are not hurting him that he's taking on the side of the head. 30 seconds left in round two. Look at Ali. Continues to talk and talk. Definitely serious. Tremendous combination by Muhammad Ali. The left hand and then that straight right to the jaw. He's trying to do the damage with the left jab. The lightning flicking left to the right eye of George Foreman. 10 seconds left in round number two. Now he's pulling what he did against Joe Frazier. Shaking his head. No, no, he says. The left hand gets through again. There's the bell ending round two.
Well, I think round two saw the birth of the rope-a-dope. But I think all I can remember was you and I and everybody screaming as loud as we could, get off the ropes, get off the ropes. We didn't know that Ali was not getting hit that hard and that he was causing some damage. Remember what you were thinking about when he backed up there?
What steamed me up the worst was in our corner. I tried to slap him off the ropes, but I was scared to death he was going to fall out of there. I thought our guy going to wind up being the dope, just laying there.
Why were the ropes so loose?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. We tried to tighten them during the day. Actually fixed the ring. Bobby Goodman and I, who was doing the PR there for the fight, we went there during the day and tried to fix it. But they were 24-foot ropes for a 20-foot ring, so there was a little differentiation.
Okay, we'll see more of the rope-a-dope. We'll also be hearing from George Foreman when we return.
To prove how long Rain Dance car wax lasts, just add water. Rain Dance, the longest lasting protection you can buy.
Look at me. Enjoying corn on the cob, thanks to Super Poli-Grip.
Super Poli-Grip forms a seal that holds so tight, many denture wearers can enjoy more of their favorite foods, even corn on the cob. Super Poli-Grip.
Heard why I call my Polident the Big Clean?
It fights denture odor in a big way.
You betcha, with a minty mouthwash ingredient. But Polident's bigger than that. It also does a big job on stains and ugly tartar. Trust the big mouth. Get Super Strength Polident, the Big Clean.
To get rid of her gray, my wife can spend 40 minutes. But I discovered the 5-minute hair coloring.
The revolutionary discovery called Just for Men from the leader in men's hair coloring. Simply apply Just for Men and in 5 minutes shampoo out.
Gray is blended away. The look of my natural color is back in 5 minutes. That was me, and it won't fade or wash out.
My hair takes forever, but you look great in just 5 minutes.
The look of your natural color in just 5 minutes with Just for Men.
They say the more things change, the more they stay the same. Well, after watching these greats tear up the senior tour, who would disagree? Enjoy a weekend of golf with the men who'll forever remain kids at heart. The Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf, Sunday on NBC.
We were able to observe a little bit of puffiness under the left eye of George Foreman, the left eye, not the right eye. Oh, what a combination landed by Ali to the face of George Foreman. Round 3 just underway. Very even fight. I would have to score round 2 slightly in favor of Muhammad Ali. There's the left flicking in the face of George Foreman. George Foreman backing Ali to the ropes. There's a vicious left hook to the body. Misses the left again, the right to the body. Thrown by George Foreman. Ali is getting away with hanging on to the head of Foreman. Foreman will push and try to set up his punch. Watch him push. There's the right hand. When he pushes, he tries to do it off of that. That's his secret. Continues to work downstairs on Muhammad Ali. Round 3, very close. Heavyweight championship fight. Ali on the left. Foreman misses the right hand. Ali scores with his own right. Foreman setting him up against the rope. What a vicious, fast combination by Ali. Ali definitely showing the hand speed in this fight. There's the chant. Ali Popeye. That means Ali, kill him. In the sporting sense, of course. Ali making Foreman look a bit awkward. That punch did no damage again. Ticketed to the head of Muhammad Ali. But that punch did. Look at him whispering in the ear of Foreman. Why he continues to taunt him. Ali super confident. Foreman looks unusually slow with his hands. But look at this. All of a sudden he opens up. 4 punches downstairs on Ali. Ali, of course, has protection around that area he was being hit by. Ali showing the ability to punch inside against George Foreman. Now the fighters move across the ring. The right hand lead by Foreman this time. Another right hand. A good right hand taken on the left side of the cheek, on the jaw of Muhammad Ali. That was the best punch so far for George Foreman. I don't know if you saw it, but it did spin the head around of Muhammad Ali. Have to say the heaviest punch so far was definitely landed by Foreman in that exchange. Ali trying to hang on. Might have been just stunned by that blow. Vicious right hand goes whistling by the nose of Ali. Ali continues to talk to George Foreman. Continues to talk, continues to taunt. 30 seconds left in round number 3. Foreman looking for his opening to unload that left hand underneath the heart of Ali and drop the right. There he goes with the right, but it just didn't land that time. Very even fight. 10 seconds left now in round 3. Ali showing his combination. The hand speed, left, right, left combination to the head of Foreman. Foreman again takes the right hand, right on the left side of the head. The bell ends round 3.
That third round showed the Ali corner that the rope-a-dope was really working. This hand speed of Ali was beginning to neutralize the devastating body punching of George Foreman. It became a surprise to Foreman. Foreman thought he'd get him out of there with just the body blows. And what happened? Ali was still there, end of the third round, and he looked fresh.
And for George Foreman, this was certainly new territory as an efficient knockout specialist. It was very rare for a Foreman fight to go this far. And I talked about that and other matters with George when I visited with him at his Houston training camp.
When you're young like that, you've had so many knockouts, you don't want to win by points. You want to knock them out. And if I had to do all over again, I'd just win the fight on points and don't worry about it. If he didn't want to come out in the middle of the ring, forget him. You don't want the championship of the world, that kind of thing.
Why did you take a chance on Ali? That was a very dangerous fight for you to take.
Well, it's real simple. $5 million. Everybody should take a chance for $5 million at least once in their life.
So it was strictly the financial consideration.
And not only that, but I had beaten everybody that Muhammad Ali had lost to. He was whipped by Kenny Norton. I knocked Kenny Norton out easily. And of course, I got Joe Frazier, who had dropped Muhammad Ali. So it wasn't like he was going to be a great threat to George Foreman.
So you were very confident?
Overconfident, as a matter of fact.
What would you do differently if you could
Well, of
do
course,
it again?
I've learned how to fight better now, and there's a way of fighting styles like Muhammad Ali. He had nothing to lose. He fought just like your initial bums, just lay on the rope and take a whipping. That's normally what a bum would do. But this time, he did it with character. He said, hey, I'm going to weather this storm. I'm going to whip George Foreman.
Did the rope-a-dope surprise you?
Not at all, because normally when I fight a guy, that's all he can do anyway. It's just get on the rope and just hope that he doesn't get hurt. And if you happen to lay on the rope and George Foreman become a dope, you win the fight.
Are you saying George became a dope?
Yeah, I lay on the rope and just like a dope kept hitting him.
I would say George is rushing himself too much. He needs to take his time and watch what he's doing.
Here we go, round 4. Muhammad Ali looks to be the fresher of the two at this point. This is the furthest that George Foreman has gone in a fight since 1972. He's in the 4th round against Muhammad Ali, the dancing master with tremendous hand speed. The left hand scores again. Foreman looking for the opportunity. Has a tremendous look of determination. Staggered! Foreman staggered! Definitely! Right on the button! Right on the jaw of George Foreman. That's probably the hardest Foreman has been hit since Gregorio Peralta opened his eye in the first fight. Another right hand taken to the left side of the head of George Foreman. Foreman's face beginning to show signs of puffiness around the right eye, but below the right eye. Wild right hand thrown by Foreman misses the intended target, the jaw of Ali. Foreman tries to score. Ali ties him up in tight. Zach Clayton doing the job separating the fighters. Ali rifles a right to the head of Foreman. Foreman tied up. Ali is getting away with it, tying his man up. There's Ali facing him. Foreman, the strength in his back, you can see, as he tries to work downstairs on Ali. Ali hanging on and continues to get away with it. Ali looks a bit concerned, but what would you expect in there against George Foreman? Foreman not scoring these punches at all. Light pouring punches, unusual for George Foreman. Maybe the heat is getting to George Foreman, as his leg at that point looked a bit on the rubbery side. Ali scores a light combination there, but no serious damage done. Both fighters beginning to show signs of a little bit of tiring now, and you have to expect it with the temperatures close to 80 here in Zaire, Africa. Neither one of those punches were damaging to the body of Ali. George Foreman's legs look almost weary now. Does not look strong in the legs to me at all. Right hand missed. The second one just clipped Ali in the back of the head. Muhammad Ali with that straight left hand. Now the left hook trying to catch the right eye of George Foreman, no doubt about it. Ali hanging on behind the head. Foreman hasn't been able to push Ali off and set him up. Misses the right hand. Ali is definitely confusing him. 30 seconds left in round 4. Foreman continues to come on. Ali backs up. Not as much circling as we expected. Ali hanging tough, not coming in and moving out. Left hand misses, goes over the shoulder of Ali, and again Ali hangs on. Zach Clayton, the referee, separates the two fighters. There's the vicious left. No real serious damage done. Ali is getting his hand up. The wild left by the jaw of Ali. Look at Foreman's face. He does look tired. He doesn't have the bounce in his legs. Misses again. The bell ends round 4.
I've been waiting 16 years to ask you this question, Archie. When Ali went to the rope-a-dope and stayed there for 3 rounds, did your corner feel exultant? Did they say, oh boy, we got him right where we want him, we're going to just hammer him down to death?
No, I did not, because I knew that what Ali had shown from the beginning, that he was an escape artist of the highest nature. And he continued to escape and evade and hold Foreman harmless by bearing down on the back of his neck and making Foreman use his strength against himself. And this is what I call good thinking.
But the punches of Foreman were like a crab, like they were come from so far out. He got to be wearing himself out. And in the meantime, Ali was taking that short little causeway there and popping them real hard, straight rights. Wasn't that hurting George Foreman?
Of course, it demeaned him from all of his strengths by missing, you see. When you miss, you lose more strength than you do when you hit a guy.
today's higher revving and hotter running engines, wear is a greater problem than ever before. Oil breakdown can shorten the life of vital engine parts. That's why there's Castrol. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, because driving today can be a grind. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
Can we interest you in a better hand soap?
Not me, I can't go. I don't need no lava soap, no. Ladies' hands don't get that dirty. I don't need no lava soap.
Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Paint, grease, dirt, whatever. Lava's better. Interested?
Not particularly, no. I don't need no lava soap, no. Children's hands don't get that dirty. No, no, no.
Lava, but don't try to cope without it, soap.
Do you think this is the way out of the ghetto? The odds are 1,000,000 to 1 against your making it as an athlete. But with an education, you could make it big. The stats show that the more education you've got, the more money you make. Simple as that. The more you know how it really is, the more you see that this isn't the way out of the ghetto. This is.
With machines that can travel 160 miles per hour, these boys aren't your typical Sunday drivers. The Budweiser U.S. International Motorcycle Grand Prix on NBC.
Next on the greatest fights ever.
It will be a thriller and a killer and a killer when I get the gorilla in Manila. I know, yeah.
Muhammad Ali and Smokin' Joe Frazier meet in the last of their epic battles. It's the Thriller in Manila. Relive another boxing classic when the greatest fights ever returns on Saturday, May 12th.
Back with more of the Rumble in the Jungle. George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. Now, Ferdy, at this point of the fight, in Ali's corner, were they mystified that A, the rope-a-dope was being used that frequently, and B, that it was that successful?
Well, high anxiety, I think, is how you can characterize it. We were so scared that one of those thundering punches would land on Ali and knock him out, or at the very least that they were wearing him out, that we couldn't see what was actually happening. We just couldn't believe that Ali was taking advantage of the opportunity given by these wide punches of George Foreman. George was punching just like Ali's nickname was, the old washerwoman. These wide punches were swinging in, as you can see. That left us causeway right down the middle of the pike to Ali. Watch Ali in these subsequent rounds. He takes advantage of straight right hands right from the shoulder. Those hurt like heck when you're coming in, multiplied by the fact that Foreman's coming in. Double jabs, right hands. He was stunning, actually setting back George Foreman and getting him dizzy. And all the while, he was talking to him and confusing and bewildering him.
All right, let's watch round 5.
Here we go. The bell sounds. Round number 5. Ali stood through part of the round as he allows Foreman to back him up. Foreman scored a pretty good right hand that time to the body of Muhammad Ali. Ali's face showing no signs of being hit at all as he takes a light left hand. This is a straight left hand thrown by Ali. Face of Foreman beginning to look marked. No cuts, nobody's been down. We're in round 5. Foreman definitely has a puffy right eye. Straight left hand taken by Foreman. Ali continues to talk to him. Foreman trying to back Ali up and really throws the right hand to the body of Muhammad Ali. Doesn't seem to bother Ali as Ali stands on his toes, works downstairs, goes downstairs. Good left hook by Ali, good left hook by Foreman. Again, the right hand of Ali is going to the left side of the face of Foreman as the infighting is really better for Muhammad Ali, upstairs anyway.
Careful, careful, careful.
Here's some real good shots to the body thrown by Foreman. Foreman on the left of your screen, Ali on the right. Ali leans up against the ropes. Right hand taken on the gloves by Ali. There's a real wild right hand taken in the back of the head of Ali. Foreman with a wild right again. Ali looks like he's trying to rest in this round. His punches are not doing any damage, though. Vicious right thrown to the body of Ali. Wild right misses the head of Ali. The left taken on the glove of Ali, the right glove. Foreman pouring. Foreman trying to set him up to the body. Ali does look tired now. Foreman seems to be coming back with more steam. Scores with a light hand. 1 minute left in round 5. This is George Foreman's round all the way. Ali, this is a cruising round for him. Foreman wailing away, and Ali says it's like the best one. Foreman just working the body, hasn't hit Ali except once to the face. Neither fighter has been down. Ali picks it up a little bit, about 40 seconds left in round number 5. Foreman with that right. Ali scores a good pass, a good right, backs up Foreman. Backs him up in his back. Foreman selling it. Foreman tries to look. Ali scores to the right. Foreman gets back to the left. Foreman hit again. Foreman has been hit 3 or 4 times. Misses a wild left hand. Ali showing tremendous strength. There's the blow. Ending round 5. By far the best round of the fight.
What a terrific round. We're joined by the third man in the ring, Zach Clayton. Zach, you surprised that Ali went to the rope-a-dope as frequently as he did?
I didn't have any idea of his being surprised by what he did, but I knew he had to do something to save himself from getting knocked out. Because of the flooring was very soft. It was like a padded ring. Aside from being a padded ring, it was a smaller ring than normally. The average championship fights 20 to 24, 22 feet squared. This was about 16, so by having the padding on the floor, Ali couldn't dance like which was part of his fighting.
But combined with that, he did the psychological warfare of keeping talking to George, and that blew George's mind. Tell us what he was saying.
All right, let's say starting second or third round when he went to the ropes, or fourth or fifth round when he went to the ropes, and laid on the ropes. He was calling Foreman all kinds of names. Any name of ugliness you can think of, he called him. And that irritated Foreman that much more, and he was pounding that left hand in Ali's kidneys and ribs cage, and in the last round you saw where he was throwing continuously left hands. And the left hand was really getting in, hurting Ali to the extent that how much could he take? So he told Foreman, hey, Sam, what do you want to call him? Is that the hardest you can hit with that hand? So Foreman stopped hitting him with the left hand, started hitting with the right hand. That saved him.
Foreman say anything back?
He didn't say anything during the whole entire fight. Not one word.
All right, Zach, let's move on to round 6.
I must say I don't understand those tactics, Joe, of staying on the ropes and letting him hit him.
Well, what he's doing, he's using the old pro skill on George. And George falling for it. George, you remember when I fought him in 70?
Here we go with round number 6. There was some confusion in between rounds as officials and attendants are tightening up the ropes to prevent Ali from leaning back. And Angelo Dundee, the trainer of Ali, came racing across the ring and really did some yelling. They're still screaming back and forth about the ropes, whether they want them tight or loose. Zach Clayton separates the 2 fighters. Ali goes headhunting again. Oh, a great left hand taken on the face of George Foreman. Ali scored 3 in a row that time. Foreman's right eye looking to be closed. Ali has tremendous look of confidence on that face. These punches are landing, bouncing off the eye of the heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman. Foreman has his work cut out for him. Ali gets a hand from the tremendous crowd here at 20th of May Stadium. Now Ali backs up against the ropes, takes a low blow, not intended by George Foreman. Light left on the break by Ali. Foreman has no steam in any of those punches, and you don't need me to tell you that. Ali leans on him. Ali sits back on the ropes and tells Foreman to come in. Foreman looks like, well, a bit arm weary until that right hand is trying to set Ali up. Ali doing exactly what he's actually not supposed to do, leaning up against the ropes and taking the punches of the heavy-hitting George Foreman. Foreman doesn't really look to have that tremendous punch anymore, but I'm sure that when he gets a little respite here as they're cruising a little bit now in round 6, that he'll be able to deliver the thundering, booming, rifling shots that he's capable of delivering at any time. A minute left in round 6. Muhammad is allowing Foreman to come in on him, inviting him in and counterpunching, inviting him in, talking to him. Angelo Dundee screaming from the corner, Ali, get off those ropes. But Ali continues to talk to Foreman. Straight left hand on the chin of George Foreman. Foreman paws in. He's looking for room to unload that right hand. 30 seconds left in the round. Now Ali squares away. Watch him box. He loves to put on combinations in the last few seconds of the round. Right hand misses. That right hand scored by Ali. Look at these combinations that Ali lands. The speed of Ali to this point has outclassed the strength and booming punches of Foreman. Neither fighter has been down. Round 6.
Well, the car goes.
At Meineke, we can't always tell what's wrong with a car by the sound of the customer, but we can tell a lot from our free undercar inspection. We check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. We'll show you what's wrong and what's right. Then you'll know the price before any work begins. So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
The bill's twice as big as usual.
'Cause, honey, you ate twice as much.
With extra strength Tums EX, even twice the heartburn's no sweat. It's twice as strong, twice as fast as regular Rolaids.
Most people use Armor All Protectant. That way, they know they're covered. Others just like to know they're covered. Of course, there are alternatives, but only Armor All works like Armor All.
Dick Enberg back at NBC Sports Update. We're through 6 rounds of the Rumble in the Jungle. You know, the very name Muhammad Ali conjures up greatness, and he's offering some wonderful supportive evidence. Fun to look back to '74, and we'll continue in a moment. But first, let's look ahead at what we have planned for you next weekend on Saturday Sports Showcase. The PGA's best will be competing for $1 million purse in the US F&G Classic, being played for only the 2nd time at English Turn, a course designed by Jack Nicklaus. And the Golden Bear and defending champion Tim Simpson will take on that tricky course in a top field live from New Orleans. Then Saturday Sports Showcase leaps into May with a 1990 tour of World Figure Skating Champions. This showcase of the world's best amateurs features world champions Joe Trenery and Victor Petrenko, as well as Midori Ito and American Christopher Bowman. Also other top skaters, a dazzling display of figure skating's finest. Then on May 12th,
It'll be a killer and a thriller and a chiller when I get the gorilla in Manila.
it's the greatest fights ever, too. 1975, Muhammad Ali and Smokin' Joe Frazier in the steamy heat of the Philippines. One of the most brutal fights ever. NBC takes a look at then and now, the hype and the fight. Saturday's best sports action on Saturday Sports Showcase. Ali and Frazier from 1975. That'll be fun, too. But right now, let's go back to our coverage of Ali and Foreman, 1974, the Rumble in the Jungle.
The greatest fights ever continues from Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Here again is Marv Albert.
Angelo, we have now seen Muhammad Ali succeed with the improvised rope-a-dope for 4 rounds. At this point of the fight, are you now a believer?
I was a believer, and I said I do believe because he convinced me that he immobilized George Foreman with a trick that nobody ever used before.
Remember when he came back to the corner and said, Foreman's tired now. I'm going to play with him for a while.
I said, please don't play. Get him out of there. Let's get it over with. Close the show.
All right, let's move on now to round number 7.
This man got experience, this man got a youth. It's all depends how you've been trained for him. And he's fighting smart, real smart.
Yes, I'd hate to predict any fight, but my goodness, those people who said Foreman would win in a flash have certainly been proved wrong. Those people who said
Here we go, round number 7, and the fighters can't wait to get at each other. As this time, Big Foreman comes stalking across the ring, delivering some light hooks to the body of Ali that certainly are doing no problems or causing any problems to Muhammad Ali. Ali spins him around out of the corner now. Ali is definitely in command as far as the movement in the ring is concerned. Foreman looking for the opportunity to unload. The left hand again in the face of Foreman. Definitely Ali is scoring more punches than George Foreman. The punches to the body of Ali are not hurting him. They're not taking a toll. The man is in tremendous physical condition in that part of his body. Of course, George Foreman tries to work again inside on Ali. Ali pushes his hand away. Ties up George Foreman. Foreman doesn't look to have that good bounce in his leg anymore. But of course, Foreman being the one-punch artist that he is, who knows what might happen as the rounds continue. We're in round number 7, midway through. Straight left and a good right hand taken on the side of the head. The tactic by Ali is to jab with the left, throw the right hand, and hang on. George Foreman, of course, famous for his booming punches. Foreman continues to come in on Ali. He wants Ali bad. It's just a matter of trying to set him up to deliver the real heavy blow. Ali rifles into the right hand. Ali's face is not marked. George Foreman gets in a pretty good left to the body that time, underneath the rib cage of Muhammad Ali. Punch was hard to see on television, but he did score a pretty good punch inside. Ali doing what he did to some smaller men, leaning on George Foreman. There's a good right uppercut thrown by Foreman. Best punch he's thrown in a couple of rounds. Ali hangs on. Both fighters beginning to show signs of being tired. 30 seconds left in this round 7. Very even fight. Hard to tell exactly who would be up in front, perhaps by a point, maybe 2, one way or the other. Looks like Ali could be up in front with the punches that he's scoring to the head of Foreman. Foreman tries to score some punches, definitely showing some fatigue in the waning seconds in round 7. Ali continues to talk. Foreman tries to deliver some shots to the body. The bell sounds, ending round 7.
You know, I remember in that round you turned to me and you said, Foreman sleepwalking. And I was wondering what you were talking about that.
Well, he was walking. He had that look on himself. What am I doing here? He was like walking in the daze. My guy helped the daze, naturally, snapping head back with that jab.
Foreman, on the other hand, just seemed to be pawing away.
No balance.
Nothing.
He was walking, his legs were together, and the strength of my fighter was predominant, the way he pushed him and shoved him and handled him.
Barbasol Gel gives you a super close shave like the other gel, but at a great Barbasol price.
Your Barbasol Gel, sir. Your change, sir.
Barbasol Gel. No wonder it appeals to the rich.
Smooth operator.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head & Shoulders. Then I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head & Shoulders, and doctors recommend it more than Head & Shoulders, Denorex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
From the McGruff files, the Philadelphia story. In certain parts of Philadelphia, things were rough. Areas were run down, crime and drugs were out of hand, and honest folks felt like prisoners in their own homes. People decided to work with police to turn things around. Weekly meetings led to cleanup projects and folks working together. Soon the neighbors had their neighborhood back. That's what happens when people and police work together. Write this down and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.
I'm Garrick Utley. On NBC Nightly News, more signs that an American hostage will be released in the Middle East tomorrow. Pope John Paul makes a historic trip to a former communist country, Czechoslovakia. We'll see the new stealth fighter, the most expensive fighter in the Air Force. That and the rest of the news on NBC Nightly News.
Well, we've reached the halfway mark of the scheduled 15-round bout. George Foreman, at this stage, looking a bit weary, and in recent fights, has not had to go this far. Archie, what was the thought in the corner at this point?
Well, the thought in the corner I had garnered from watching the previous rounds was that I had seen what Ali was doing to George to make him tired by holding his head continuously down. And this was more tiring than anything that George had ever been into. And I said to Dick, I said, make him do the rest of his fighting on the infighting style. Blast him to the body and around the kidneys. Don't go up top because Ali is holding his head down. And Dick said, well, we don't seem like we can make him do anything now. So just let him fight his own fight.
Well, we had good advice going, because this man, Angelo Dundee, I could see him smiling, I could see him tasting it. Ali said to him, you know, I'm getting tired, I better knock him out. Tell him how you got up on your horse.
Why don't you just do that? It might be a good thing, it'll help the situation out.
And armed with that advice, let's watch Ali in round 8.
Here we go, the bell sounds, round number 8, and an even fight here, live via satellite, a video techniques presentation worldwide. Ali working to the head of George Foreman. Ali scores again with a light left hand. That time a straight left, bounces the head back of Foreman. A quick, short jab with the right hand, bounces the head around of Foreman. Foreman looking to deliver the real heavy blows. Now he's bouncing better. Almost falls out of the ring. Ali left that punch, twisted his body to the side, and the left hand went kind of over the shoulder. Ali bends him over. Zach Clayton right on the spot, the referee, chairman of the Pennsylvania State Boxing Commission. Ali, it seems to be, well, kind of going the way he wants. He's not dancing as much as we thought, but he seems able to control him. Now, it's a pretty good heavy right hand taken on the left side of the cheek by Ali. Good right hand thrown by Foreman that time. Again, for Foreman, it seems to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 good punches. That punch taken on the gloves, that one slips by the left ear, tries to go with that right uppercut that felled Kenny Norton. The left hand again thrown out by Foreman. Both fighters now very much more fatigued than they were a round or so ago. The heat is pretty high here, around 80 degrees. The humidity is probably 85 to 90. At age 32, Muhammad Ali is bouncing around pretty good for the 24-year-old Foreman, hanging pretty tough in there. Again, I caution you to look for the one punch that George Foreman can deliver at any time. This man is devastating, to say the least. These punches are not at this particular time. Tried to pull a sneaky right hand on Ali. Ali hanging on, getting away with it. The left hand taken on the side of Ali's cheek. The left hook again on the side of the gloves. Right hand by Foreman was not effective. The right uppercut did bounce the head a little bit. His punches will not hurt Ali. Ali just takes him, protecting his face at all times, does Ali. Foreman throwing more punches now. Maybe this could be the tactic of Ali to let the man punch himself out. 30 seconds left in round 8. Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman. It's the combination. an incredible scene. The place is going wild. Muhammad Ali has won. Muhammad Ali has won by a knockdown. By a knockdown. The thing they said was impossible, he's done.
Archie, was the end of the fight a stunner to you, or did you see that coming?
Yes, I saw it coming. I saw it coming from the first time Ali began to pull Foreman's head down, because I knew that he was going to tire him out. That was going to tire him out. See, and eventually Foreman didn't catch on to how he could get loose from that, and Dick Sadler, his manager, didn't know how to tell him to get it loose from that, and Foreman couldn't have done it anyway, because Ali was too well rounded out in boxing knowledge to let any one thing worry him. He could have gone to something else. He was out boxing Foreman in every way that Foreman could look around.
But still, did you think he was going to get counted out? I mean, counted out, because nobody had dropped George Foreman.
No, I didn't really think that Ali could punch hard enough to knock George out, but he did.
He did. I'll tell you, one guy wasn't surprised, that guy right there. Because when we came down the stairs, he said, this round he's going out. You expected it.
I expected it. I thought George not going that type of distance a long time. He was treading in water, you know, never been in before. And the tank went dry. Now, the other thing that stopped George, a lot of people didn't realize, nobody knew the strength of Muhammad Ali. He was manhandling him, just like Archie said, grabbing him, and he emptied the guy's tank. He was dead right. That's what did the number.
Angela, as we're watching this, you were saying, though, you were surprised that Foreman was not in good shape.
Well, he was in good shape, but what happened, missing the shots that he missed, it drained him. See, when you miss a shot like that and you're winging, it takes more out of you than when you're nailing the guy with a shot. Especially when somebody's holding you down behind the neck, pulling you down. Try that sometimes, you know.
I've tried it with him several times.
But it doesn't work with me, because, you know, I know how to break that up. Let me ask you something. Did you think that the count reached to 10? As we watched it here, the announcer was at 8 when the guy got up. I mean, was that fully 10?
It might as well have reached 10, because if he had got up, then he would have been in jeopardy, because he might have gotten really seriously hurt. I think he'd have fell down anyhow. We didn't time it anyhow. It may have been 14 seconds first.
I think it was 14, at the very least. I'll tell you what did come out of this is the first time when the mob came in, was the first time that Ali thought of the new trick of sitting down in the middle of the ring so people wouldn't jump all over him. And that's the first time I've ever seen him do that.
His attitude was, let me get away from these crazy guys. Now, you notice where I was, don't you? On the outside. That's the safest place.
You were trying to take the gloves. That's what you were trying to do.
Don't you worry, I got him.
All right, when we come back, we will visit the victorious dressing room of Muhammad Ali.
I just did something incredible. 5 minutes ago, I had gray hair. But now I don't, and this is what did it. New Option Instant from Clairol. The advanced way to get rid of the gray. Option Instant for men is different. With theirs, you have to pour and mix ingredients, but Option's the advanced way. All you need is this. It's so easy. And only 5 minutes later, your natural-looking color's back.
Hair feels thicker, too.
New Option Instant from Clairol, the advanced way to get rid of the gray.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
To prove how long Rain Dance car wax lasts, just add water. Rain Dance, the longest lasting protection you can buy.
Red Devil enamel. You can always count on its durable finish. Harder than ordinary paints, its beauty lasts and lasts. Red Devil enamel for the finish of a lifetime.
Don't miss the next installment of the greatest fights ever. Muhammad Ali, the undisputed champion. Smokin' Joe Frazier, a man on a mission to regain his title. It was their third and most memorable encounter. In 3 weeks, NBC Sports presents The Thriller in Manila.
When I get the gorilla in Manila.
So Muhammad Ali had pulled it off. He had regained his world heavyweight title. But the best was yet to come. The final bows in the dressing room. Ferdy, you were on hand. What was the scene like in a jubilant dressing room area?
Well, first of all, you got to understand the dressing room was very small. It's extremely hot and humid. A rain cloud had just burst. The water was beginning to come in, and we were sitting in about ankle-deep water there when this wave of humanity came in. Pandemonium would have been an understatement. All of these people mixing in there, weeping, crying, laughing, and some Zairian police trying to impose order. Finally, they just gave up and they joined us. If you can picture a room of that many crazy people hollering at the top of their voice, then you know what it was like in that dressing room.
All right, let's go back in time to that bizarre scene as it was seen around the world on closed-circuit television as hosted by David Frost.
It wasn't a close fight, was it?
No.
It wasn't a close fight. No. Was it close before I knocked him out? No. You sucker. Wait. Is this on close? You tell. Is it live?
Right now.
Everybody stop talking now. Attention. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time when I beat Sonny Liston. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Right. Then you might get me. But I didn't dance. I didn't dance for a reason. I wanted to make him lose all his power. I kept telling him he had no punch. He couldn't hit. He's swinging like a sissy. He's missing. Let me see your box. I hadn't started dancing yet. You can't say my legs are gone. You can't say I was tired because what happened? I didn't dance from the second round on. I stayed on the ropes. When I stay on the ropes, you think I'm doing bad. But I want all boxers to put this in the page of boxing. Staying on the ropes is a beautiful thing with a heavyweight when you make him shoot his best shots and you know he's not hitting you. I would have gave George Foreman 2 rounds of steady punching because after that he was mine.
Following the joy in the dressing room, we were all exhausted, mostly from relief and from the joy of having won the title. And we got in our cars. There was 3 or 4 cars, limos, and a bus, and we made our way back to Naselli. It began to rain very, very hard. You could barely see the sides of the road, and dawn came up. And as dawn came up and we began to notice on either side of the road, all the way, were natives, 2s and 3s and 4s, but all the way, and they were holding up their children. And most of them had palm fronds over their children or corrugated tin to protect them against the rain. And we began to realize that this meant an awful lot to them. What they wanted to see was just one fleeting, quick look at the new heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali.
Okay, we'll be back with our final thoughts in a moment.
Inspired by true stories, the rescues that really happened.
Trapped in the car.
Based on the real life police unit.
People are angels.
It's the return of True Blue Sunday. 15 years ago, she was brutally murdered. Now her twin sisters disappeared in the same lake, and only Perry Mason can solve the case of the lady in the lake. Sunday.
Find hour after hour of savings at Circuit City's Marathon Sale. Take home this Sharp VCR with easy programming by remote for only $219.97. And save on this Sony compact disc player with 20-track memory. Now our lowest price ever, $129.97. Don't miss hour after hour of incredible savings. It's the Marathon Sale at Circuit City, where service is state-of-the-art.
If you're thinking about buying a Camry or an Accord, think about this. The Nissan Stanza has a more powerful standard engine. It's got more standard features inside and out, and it costs just $11,650. The 1990 Nissan Stanza. Either we're overachievers or they're overpriced. Take the Nissan Stanza challenge. Test drive a Stanza. If you still buy a Camry or an Accord, we'll give you $100. Look at that car.
Let me tell you about Popeye's new Cajun battered fries. They got just a little bit of Popeye's ooh venom. The secret starts with these U.S. #1 russet potatoes, but that's all I can say. The rest is in Popeye's own special recipe batter. Popeye's Cajun battered fries are crispy and tasty, and for a short time, they're free when you buy Popeye's 2-piece special dinner with biscuit and coleslaw at this special price. Hurry, buy Popeye's today and get your free Cajun battered fries.
Join me for the Earth Day rally on the Mall this Sunday at 11.
Welcome back to our NBC Sports Update studio. We'll be back with Rumble in the Jungle. Dick Enberg with you. We turn to baseball now. The big story continues to be the Cincinnati Reds. Today they beat the Atlanta Braves 8-1. That runs their record to 9-0, marking the best start in the team's long history. The Reds now are setting their sights on the all-time record for wins at the start of a Major League season, which is 13, set by the 82 Braves and matched by the 87 Brewers. Symbolic of the Reds' sizzling start, 25-year-old shortstop Barry Larkin. Today, Larkin went 1 for 4 with a walk and a 2-run single. His average now stands at .564. Many scouts feel he is baseball's most valuable player. We talked with Barry before today's game. He sees himself as just a hacker.
Well, what I try to do is try to hit the ball up the middle. I try to knock the pitcher off the mound. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, so I don't pull off the ball. It depends on where the pitch is. If it's outside, I try to hit the right field. If it's inside, I just try to react to it. The thing I'm doing is not trying to do too much, not trying to do things I can't do.
How good can you be? I mean, as an outstanding hitter, and you always want to get even better, what is an extreme goal for you?
Well, the extreme goal right now is to stay healthy the whole season. Every year it seems I've had a little bit of something happen. Last year was an all-star break with the elbow, and you know, hopefully this year the ultimate goal is to stay healthy.
And if you do, is a 350-plus season within your range?
Well, I don't know if the results will be the same. I can't promise that I'll go out and get 3 or 2 hits every day, but I can promise I'll go out there hacking. I'm a hacker, and that's why when people ask me if I'm a batting champion type of batter, I say no, because I'm not a student of batting. But I go out there and I hack, and I've been a little bit lucky and a little bit of good so far.
Now, wait a minute. That's you're being modest, calling yourself a hacker. Obviously, you're one of the toughest men in all of baseball to strike out. You've got more of a plan than just going up there looking and swinging.
Well, I like hitting with people on base. I like being put in situational hitting situations. So when I go up there with something on my mind, some purpose, then I tend to do a little bit better than go up there to just try to get a base hit to start off an inning.
Now, you're a Cincinnati a kid, obviously a fan. Your family, very athletic, a brother that played football at Notre Dame, another brother that starred in basketball at Xavier. As you grew up, who was your idol there in Cincinnati?
Well, I always kept my eye on Davey Concepcion. I always said I wanted to play shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds when Davey was ready to give up position, not to push Davey out of a position. And it worked out pretty well.
So that goes back to even high school ball. You were saying someday I'm going to replace Concepcion?
Yep, that's what I said. And the first day I saw him, he told me I couldn't play shortstop.
Well, it's inevitable not to talk about Pete Rose. Obviously, you were at the ballpark and cheered him as well, and then you played for Rose. What are your feelings about what your former manager is going through right now?
Well, you know, it's really a shame, the things that have happened. You know, with the investigation last year, I thought it was all over. And then a couple months ago, I hear about this tax evasion thing. It's really too bad that these things are happening to Pete. I think Pete's a great guy. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. You know, he's still an idol of mine, and I have lost no respect for him. I just hope he can get into the Hall of Fame like he deserves to be.
And your new skipper, Lou Piniella. How is Pinella's approach to managing like Rose, or how is it not like the man that managed you a couple years ago?
Well, Lou Piniella is a hands-on type of manager. He won't let anything go by the wayside. He'll step into situations and take care of them right there. If there's any problems, if you deviate from his rules or regulations, he's going to step in and let you know. He only asks that you go out and play hard for him, and he'll take all the heat from the media. So he came in from day one and told us the way it was going to be, and it's been like that ever since. And you can respect a guy like that.
Boy, and you got to respect talent like Barry Larkin, All-American at Michigan, a member of the '84 Olympic team, and off to a sensational start for the Red Hot Reds this year. Let's look at the scoreboard now. The Mets held on. 3 in the 9th for Montreal, not enough. Viola, the winner, 5-4. Strawberry, Darryl Strawberry, clubbed a tremendous home run in that one. Take a look at the distance on this one. A 2-run shot, his second of the year. He not only clears the fence, clears the bullpen fence. That's on its way to a subway exit. Darryl Strawberry, 5-4. The Mets a winner today, as Viola has 3 of the 5 Met wins. Other scores this afternoon around baseball, the American League. Minnesota continues to pound on California, an 8-0 win at the Met. Toronto, 5-1 winner against Kansas City. Felix, the hitting star for the Blue Jays. It was Baltimore, 2-0, but Detroit rallying to win late as the Tigers break a scoreless streak. Chicago, 4 in the first, then Cleveland, Sandy Alomar, a 2-run home run and a 3-run double to lead the Indians, 8-4. Milwaukee continues the shutout binge. That's 4 shutouts this week for the Brewers. Teddy Aguirre spun the blanco today against Boston. Seattle leads Oakland in Oakland 6-1 as they go for 2 in a row over the American League champions. So that's the baseball story for you. Coming up next, a young man in Indianapolis, Indiana. He is the #1 pick in the 1990 NFL Draft. Jeff George will talk with him live right after this.